Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Vobes show on the 4th of April. Just double check that. 4th of April 2020. I very nearly wasn't here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I thought Saturday night I could go out to a party, go to a disco. In fact, there was an orgy in town. I thought I might go to that. Just, something a bit different. But unfortunately, I suddenly remembered there is a lockdown, and I thought, well, in that case, I'll stay home and talk to my mates. And there you are. You're all out there. How are you? Welcome along. It's lovely to see you. So let's find out who's out there in the Vobosphere, as we do on this occasion. I'm going to just switch on to the Vobosphere members list. Let's see. Now, can you get your passes out, please? I want to make sure you've got the correct certificates. We don't want any infected people in here. That is, infected with too much humour. Andy Stacey's there. Audrey Forbes Hamilton. Barry Stevens. David Hawkins. Lovely to see you. Andrew Graham. Hello to you. Barry Stevens. I said that. Ed Loud. Englishman Abroad. Hello to Englishman Abroad. Fiona Cooper. History's taught us. Yes, what has history taught us? Joe Currid, Joe Merchant, Laura Riddle, lovely to see you. Linda Kane, Les, I think you've had that many times. Les Jervis, Mike Dixon, Omnibriders. I love that name, Omnibriders. Is that Onibriders? Onibriders, beg your pardon. I always misread people's names. Please don't take offence. If you do, can you put it back at the end of the night? Because otherwise the sheep get out. Philip Hammond, Robert Brailsford, Mickey Baines. Lovely to see you, Mickey. Ron Langley, Roy Ballinger, Philip Hammond, I've said him. Vicky Allen, Wendy Laurie, Stephen Blakey, Mr. O'Connell. Lovely to see, and probably a few others. Jeff Kellison is also there. And Andrew Norris. I'm just spotting people as they come in. Kevin Hall. Hello, Richard. Kevin here. Marvellous, and other people will arrive as you go. Fiona Cooper, nice jumper, Richard, she says. Good evening, says Englishman Abroad. Good evening to you. Very kind of you to come along. Roy Ballinger, lovely to see you, and so on and so on and so on. Great. Thank you for turning up on another occasion. We seem to be doing this every single day, and nobody seems to be getting bored. Luckily, I'm not getting bored. Now, I might wince a few times in today's show. I just better warn you, I might wince because I've had a slight moment today, ladies and gentlemen. I've had my own moment. We often have the Andrew Norris moments. We sometimes have a moment of Murphy. But now the Vobes has had his own moment. You may remember that I went out today, or you may not remember, you may have seen. I went out and made a video this very morning on my bicyclette. And I was holding the camera here, and I'm holding the handlebars there, and I'm waffling into there, and I'm trying to steer here. By the way, thanks for everybody who said, Richard, you must wear a helmet when you're on your bike. They are not mandatory. Okay, so, they may be advisable, but they're not mandatory. And the other thing is that somebody else emailed me and said, holding your camera out there when you're riding a bike, holding a camera is very dangerous. What if somebody opens a car door unexpectedly? So I did have to say, very politely, thanks for the tip. But, otherwise we'll all end up looking like that scientist who used to make series in the, when was it, in the 90s? What was his name? Double-barreled scientist who used to ride about on a bike with a helmet and all the lycra and just looked naff. When you're doing these things, you don't want to look like everybody else. That's what Anyway, the point was, I was on my bike. It was early in the morning. I hadn't warmed up. Cycling there, trying to talk here, trying to steer there, avoiding the buses and the cars and the other cyclists, pedestrians in the road and the rats. I seem to have pulled a muscle, ladies and gentlemen, not where you're thinking, thank you. I pulled a muscle just down the side here, just above my my pelvis, just above the pelvis. So it's all right if I keep moving. It's all right if I keep moving. But the minute I stop and stay stationary for any length of time, I suddenly seize up like some little old geezer. And we don't want that, do we now, ladies and gentlemen? Peter May says, who else runs for the wine whenever the Vobes show notification pops up? No, really? Is it like sort of... Is it like one of those post-hypnotic suggestions, where you suddenly go, bing, oh, I must go and get the wine. It's the only way I can get through the show. Glug, 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 glug. Don't forget, you can call the Vobes on 0793 4746 790. I'm nearly getting to that point where I don't actually need to look at the number to remember what it is. 0793 4746790. Did it from memory. We've had a couple of extra videos sent in today's show. We have some from yesterday that we didn't manage to get round to, so I want to try and get them all in if I can today. And also, what was wrong with the camera fixed to the handlebar? Nothing wrong with. I was using both cameras. I was cutting between the two, don't you know? Also, we have a very lovely song that has come in, a special video and song that has come in that is very touching. Not to you, you'll laugh your socks off. But to me, it was very touching. Very special video has come in as well. So very excited about that. No parking, says Andrew Norris. I'm not quite sure what he's saying that about. Leslie Couch says, all right, nearly forgot about the show. Audrey Forbes, it's the first thing he's pulled for months. Yes, that's very true, I'm afraid to say, being, a single guy on my own. Especially now. Do you know, I was thinking about this. There must be, now that there are a lot of people in lockdown all on their own, there must be some incredibly randy people out there. And I imagine the sites that provide naughty footage of various people who have removed certain items of clothing, they must be doing amazing business because people must be bored out of their brains. And no wonder there was a run on bog roll. Anyway, Fiona Cooper says, wine, I try to make sure my 6-year-old is in bed. Yes, I would. Good idea. Don't have him drinking wine. Peter May says, Richard, I always get the wine and cheese and cracker board whenever I watch your amazing show. Do you? How fascinating. I wish I had some wine. I've got the dregs of a cup of tea here. Just the dregs. And I've got a glass of water, as you can see. And that is it. Pineapple cider, says Robert Brailsford. For me, at Vobes o'clock. Pineapple cider. That sounds... I've never... I didn't even know they could make pineapple cider, so that's a new one. Mark Donny McLeod says, Lycra, definitely not good, although other cycling wear is available. +4s and a Harris Tweed jacket is the ideal wear. Although I didn't wear my Harris Tweed, I confess, in today's video. Joe Merchant says, what is it? What is that takeaway caller? What is that takeaway? I haven't got a takeaway. And John Sadler, hello, John. He says, Richard, I have a small video of my fishing trip. Lovely. You're going to send it to me. Send it to me via what we transfer, and it's richard@vobes.com. We'll bung it in tomorrow's show. Mike Dixon says, I took Bella for a lovely walk on the hills above Beeding, and we saw 3 owls, 2 kestrels, hunting in the morning sun. Blimey. Stunning scenery and loads of birds singing and wild spring flowers. Did you not see any drones or police helicopters? Do you know, I've seen 2 or 3 police cars. And when I was out filming this morning, I did 2 videos from one bicycle ride. And the second bicycle ride, I've got my sound organised, whereas the first one, it was a bit naff. Sorry about that. And I come back and I stop, and I was filming something off the bike, and a police car sailed past me. I mean, it didn't sail past. I know I live by the seaside, but it drove past nice and quietly past me. And they looked at me, saw me standing there with the camera, doing my own thing, didn't stop and say, here, is that exercise? And I would have said, well, lifting up heavy weights, don't you know? 'Tis a GoPro after all. Very much exercise, thank you, officer. They didn't stop me. They just cruised on, looking for the real people who are causing mischief and mayhem. We've got a private number. Let's find out who's on the end of the private number calling the Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Oh, you've rung off. Fair enough. That's just, you wanted to see what I look like in these lovely headphones. These are DT100s. They are what the Cybermen used to wear, sprayed silver. I'm pretty confident that's what they wore in... they were about 100 quid each, actually. I mean, they probably even more money back then. But the Cybermen used to wear something like that. Or they might have had just ear defenders, because they never sort of understood what the doctor was talking about. You are very welcome to ring, but I'm sorry if you have got through and it just rang off, which is a bit of a shame. Vicky Allen says, a deerstalker hat with a tweed jacket. That would be perfect, you see. I really need to get myself a penny farthing. That would be quite fun. I used to ride a unicycle, don't you know? Oh, yes. Giraffe unicycle as well. That's one of those tall ones. Giraffe because it's got a long neck, you see. Mike Dixon says, thankfully we've got a dog. Oh, I see. So that makes it okay. I'm going to take a cushion out for a walk. Here we go. Trying again. Another phone call. Let's see who's on the line this time. Hello to you, caller.
What ho, what ho.
What ho, what ho.
It's your Croatian correspondent here.
Oh, marvellous. It's Croatia. We're going straight over to Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait.
I thought that last person who just hung up was a bit rude, so I thought I'd come in, I'll give you a call and cheer you up.
Oh, thank you very much. Just a second. We're just going straight over. We're going over to Croatia. There we are. There's a little bit of background noise there. So, Andrew
Yo.
Norris.
That's me. With Zorro.
And Zorro, I saw that you've recorded a podcast of the history of...
Oh, yes, yeah.
Plug that a bit. Plug it.
Okay, it's on my YouTube site, Andrew Norris 2, where all my village videos are. I've done 10 chapters of a text that I wrote about five or 6 years ago and had languishing in my archive, and as we're all in lockdown, I thought I'd dig it out and add some music, read it out, and post it. So I started posting it yesterday. There are 10 chapters, and I'm posting a new chapter every day.
Oh, how do you do that every day?
Well, I've recorded it all, so I just got to sit back and post it.
Oh, see, so it's I can't imagine. Can you imagine doing the same thing every day?
Well,
making content, putting it out. I can't imagine doing anything. I like variety in my life, which is why.
Well, indeed.
You know, I never have a schedule. You never know where I am, when I am, if I go live. You know, it's always a surprise.
I'm amazed at how much content you're putting out. And today I was catching up on a few of your videos, and there was one today where you went up on the South Downs, and I was so moved by that video. It was really touching, and I think what you're doing is. And I'm echoing someone who called in yesterday to your show, and they just said, what a wonderful thing you're doing, keeping us all in contact with what we can't go out and enjoy ourselves.
Well, I mean, these days now, it is a question of wearing all sorts of different disguises so that the police cameras, I put on a ginger beard and a fake wig as I walk down the street, all of that, so that I can get to a point where I can discard the disguise and suddenly go, hello, it's me again, and clamber over the downs and nobody notices.
All your supporters would see behind the disguise. The police might not, because they're pretty stupid, but all your fans would.
Yeah, well, that's lovely. As long as they are, every now and again I get the occasional comment from somebody who means well, and absolutely they got the nation. Nobody's absolutely nasty, but they that sometimes they're just a little bit on the narrow side of caution.
Yes, yeah. I mean, when they can clearly see that all around you, there's nobody.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because it's like I've got photo evidence of it. Where is the people round me that I am going to give, assuming I've got something to give?
Yeah.
I don't even.
You've got pleasure to give, Richard. Just pleasure.
Exactly. I don't give anybody anything. I slam the doors on those knocking on the door saying, "Would you buy my brushes?" So no, I don't want your brushes. My washing machine.
Jehovah's Witnesses, especially.
We don't get many of those now. Have you noticed?
We still get one or two here.
Do you? What? Even in lockdown?
No, not in lockdown. No.
I was going to say because they come up and they say. Peer through the letterbox and say, it's all right, you don't have to open the door, we'll talk to you and we'll blind you with religious nonsense through the letterbox.
Yeah. No, it's actually very strange because people are really adhering to the government request that you stay home. And, on the television, above every program, there's a hashtag stay home. So they're really pushing this message and people are sticking to it.
What about in Korea, in South Korea? They've got a whole different system over there.
Oh, right. Okay. Not aware of that.
Oh, well, over in Korea, they haven't got the lockdown. They started immediately testing people, and they've been doing something, I can't remember what it is, something like 500,000 tests a day. And they test people, and anybody who's got it, they say, well, okay, you're in quarantine, no problem. But everybody else is allowed to sort of, swan about and do whatever, so that businesses can carry on working.
Yeah. Well, there's probably there's a point to that, perhaps.
Well, it's too late for us because we, as much as we want to test people over here, apparently we can't get the chemicals.
Yeah. China took them all.
China take
Yeah.
them, and they refuse to manufacture and send them out, as far as I know.
Yeah. I mean, but it's our fault for sending all our manufacturing processes over to China.
Yes,
I think America has the right idea that it's bringing them all back.
yes, that's a good. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
idea. I keep
Anyway,
hearing
enough corona.
there's this conspiracy, something to do with 5G. I haven't really actually paid much attention to all this because I've been so busy, hiding from the police and getting out into the streets. But I know that it's something to do with. It's even made Radio 4, where they said there's this
Right.
nonsense conspiracy that everybody's in lockdown so that they can actually bolt 5G antennas to the trees or something.
Well, who's going to be bolting them to the street?
A bolter?
I mean, I haven't heard this. I mean,
No, I don't know the full.
But I've had two people send me information about a petition to stop 5G coming here.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually opened them up yet because I've been so busy. So many things to do.
No, there's so many things to do.
I know. So many demands at one time, and I think one's creativity should take priority over conspiracy theories.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm too busy creating my own conspiracies that. Man with the ginger beard was seen going down Old Something Road. No, that wasn't me, mate. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, your Groucho moustache and glasses, nose.
Yes, the rumour has been that Groucho Marx has been seen in Worthing. He's come back from the grave.
Yeah. Yeah. Super. Okay, Richard, keep up the good work. And good to hear Lewis Herbalist on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Kim rang in with
nice,
telling us all about Melissa and
and stinging nettles.
And stinging nettles, yes, that's right.
Yeah, she put up a good video. I urge people to go and watch it if they are.
Urge them. Urge them.
Urge.
I've got the urge, don't you know? Anyway, lovely to talk to you, Andrew. You take care.
Too, Richard.
And give Zorro a lovely little stroke from me.
I will. We are preparing a video. It might take a few days, but it'll wend its way to you at some point.
We always look forward to your videos.
Good. All right, Richard.
Take care.
Good night to you, and good night, Vobes.
Thank you very much. Night.
All right, man. Cheers, then.
There we are.
Bye.
Andrew Norris there, tucking himself up into beddy buys with Zorro beside him. How lovely is that? What an image. What an image that is. Lovely. I think we should go to a video, get them going, otherwise we won't. What do we got there? Linda Case, why do we need 5G? I mean, 2Gs is enough, isn't it? After all, today was supposed to be the Electronic Grand National, wasn't it? A lot of GGs there, although they were all electronic, of course. Did anyone watch the Grand National? Did anyone win? Did anyone have a bit of a flutter on the electronic algorithmed Grand National? At least that way, none of the horses trip at a fence, do they? And have to be put down. I mean, it is a good suggestion for the future, that in terms of protecting horses. But maybe horse lovers and race goers may disagree. You can argue amongst yourselves. We're going to go and have a look at Robert Baxter. We didn't get round to Robert Baxter, dear old Robert Baxter, and his little visitation of the Stroud Water. But before we get to see the Stroud Water visitation, he's got something on board which is, how shall I say, very taut. Bung on your chips. Hang on a minute. Now, I've got to get to the video, so let's see if I don't make a cock up using the apparatus that I've been supplied with. So, pressing said buttons. And I've lost the thing. Here we go. So, where are you, Rich? Who is he doing? Robert Baxter. Here we go. Robert Baxter, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, Robert Baxter. I've got to turn my camera off.
So this is what I'm delivering at the moment. I'm delivering vinegar to different companies around the UK. It goes into a lot of different things. It goes into Worcester sauce, tomato ketchup. It goes into bread. Lovely scenery and a lovely evening as well. As you can see, I think these still work. This is quite an interesting lock. Because as you can see, it's got no gates. You can see where the lock gates would have been. These are to to lean against when you're opening them. I've got to be honest, I'm glad it's not any darker, as it would be pretty creepy if it was. Another lock. And the reason why it's closed is because if you can hear in the distance, there's the M5 motorway. So from the top of the canal bridge, back to you, Richard, in the studio.
Fantastic stuff. There we go. Thank you so much, Robert. And next time, if it's possible, to film that way rather than that way, that would be fantastic. But we got the gist of it. We wanted to see a third of the screen. And that, I should just say, that was Stroud Water Navigation in Gloucestershire. And very nice. I'd love to go up there and have a look at that. Thank you so much, Robert. That's fantastic. Here on the virtual Grand National, says the lovely Julia. A lot of people talking about that, which is nice to know. Pat the wife and kiss the dog, Mr. Norris. She also adds, Ed Loud says, I couldn't agree with you more about bringing up the manufacturing home. There is a lot to be said for keeping skills for emergencies. I think we should try and do more of that anyway, because being self-sufficient has clearly got to be a good thing. Maybe this virus has taught us a lesson. Stephen Ruff says, I think the previous caller was a dodgy one. Yeah, probably. I get a lot of those anyway on my home line, although if I do get a sales call, I do like to muck about with them. Claire Leach says that 5G masts have been set alight. I wouldn't even know what a 5G mast looks like, let alone how to set light to them. Maybe people have thought that they are lanterns. Nice little lantern. Quite expensive lanterns, I have to admit. Linda Kane says, I've never watched the Grand National and today was no different. Laura Riddle says, I watched it. It was odd, and I did bet, but I didn't win. It's interesting because I wonder if they can, gauge how many people have betted on one horse and then adjust the algorithm so that the bookies always win. We've got another call coming in. Let's find out who's on the phone. Hang on. I can't answer the phone. What's going on here? Oh, sorry. I've just... Try that. There we are. See, the phone wouldn't answer. Isn't that the first time that's happened? Hello, caller.
Hello. I thought I'd lower the tone of the show.
Fantastic. We need somebody to lower the tone on the show. Sorry to keep you waking there. I couldn't answer the phone. You know when you slide your finger on the phone and it's like...
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. It's not bloody doing anything.
I wondered why. I thought you saw my name. I thought, sorry, I'm not going to answer that.
Do you know, because I've not programmed anybody's name in here, I don't know who's calling.
Aha. Now you do.
I do now. Absolutely. Yeah. It's the lovely Kevin Hall. Hello, Richard. Kevin here.
Hello, Kevin here. Hello, everybody.
Yes, lowering the tone as ever. What are you going to tone the lowering with today?
Well, I just thought I'd ring up and have a chat. That's all.
Right. Sorry. Right. Fair dues. Did you go on the Grand National? Did you have a go on the Grand National?
No, can't ride.
Can't ride. Well, you could ride virtually.
Oh, no. I haven't had a bet on the Grand National in... years.
Is it? Do they do that? They do it in Aintree, don't they?
Yes.
Is it Aintree irons? Any old iron? Any old iron?
Any old iron?
Dad.
Look sweet. Talk about a treat. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's it.
Do you know any more of it?
No.
Oh, it's a shame. We get Kevin Hall singing on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
So how's the back? I understand you pulled a muscle.
Oh, terrible, Richard.
Yes, terrible.
It's so painful.
I can imagine.
People keep laughing at me.
So listen, you're a single man, aren't you? You're all on your own. You haven't managed to get out much other than walk around the common.
17 years, Richard.
17 years.
Yeah.
Here's a personal question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you randy?
Am I randy?
That's what I said. Are you randy?
Well, if we weren't in a lockdown, Richard, I'd be straight down.
No, not to me. No, it's beards. You see, beards are the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And
people do. They do seem to like beards, actually.
Yes, weirds in beards.
Weirds and beards.
Yes, that's what it is. No, but I was thinking this today. I thought there must be a lot of people who either, they've got girlfriends or wives or men or husbands or people, other partners. That's the better word. Partners who might be in different places. Because of, not everybody is together with their partner, I mean, I used to see Harriet, who was 230 miles away. And you can't go and see them because, we're all in a lockdown and what have you, and it's going on. And I was just thinking there must be some people who are a bit, the only way they can communicate is on the telephone. And there are certain things that you're trying to say or have conversations with people over the phone, and you just can't have them, can you?
No, exactly. Excuse me.
You're all right. You're dying over there.
I just had a swig of wine. It went down the wrong way. Yes, you're absolutely right. Don't laugh. It's not nice to laugh.
No, I'm not laughing. Ladies and gentlemen, a death live, dying live from wine pollution.
Yes. When you sip it, make sure it goes down the right hole.
Yeah, don't ring the Vobes when you've been drinking the wine. That's basically the idea. Yeah.
No, you're quite right. You can't say the things you want to say to the person.
No, because how you say it comes over in a different way, doesn't it? Because I think when people can see you face to face and you're there and you're going, I love you, darling. I love the tenderness of your ears. I love the way your toes curl at night. I love your knobbly knees with the hair growing out of the palms of your hands. That sort of thing. Yeah. Is that not how you sweet talk your have you got a sweetheart somewhere tucked away in a suitcase?
I used to.
Yeah, with a pump.
I used to have. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we had a bit of an argument and she felt a bit deflated.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
But I was in a relationship some time ago, and we would chat to each other on the phone or on messages.
Yeah.
But then you send a message, and they would interpret the message the wrong way.
They would interpret the message the wrong way. Absolutely, because there's nuance. There's 100 different nuances in face-to-face, verbally, seeing someone, how their eyes, their smile, the glint,
Yes.
The sardonic laugh, all of that.
Yeah. Yes. So I've just seen a comment from Linda Kane.
Oh yeah.
And it says, "I've got a moustache. Any good?"
There we go. We keep trying to match you up, don't we?
Yeah, but I don't know whether that was aimed towards me or somebody else.
Oh, well, I think that was towards you. Audrey's gone off you now. You know that, don't you? You've blown it with Audrey.
And Lisa, she's gone off me. She's not responding to my emails.
No, I know. You know what it's like. Who else is there out there? Laura Riddle, no. Nature's Beauty. There we go. Nature's Beauty.
Who's Nature's Beauty?
Well, out there watching now, thinking about you.
Oh, just in the name, yeah.
Yeah, she says gulp.
Gulp, yeah, I've just seen that laughing out loud.
Yeah, there we go. Mike Dixon says you should set up the Vobes dating agency. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be very good, would it? You'd say, well, I've got this lovely man with a beard. He's a bit old and decrepit, but he's very nice. He's very means well, goes to bed early, and you won't see him because he's like a gnome on the march. He's out there strolling around in some godforsaken place, and he comes back 25 years later. A bit like Mr. Livingston, not Ken Livingston, who was this, where Stanley went marching after him in Africa. Anyway. There you are. You're running this agency, but nobody can meet anybody because they can't go out. It's locked. It's like looking at a neighbour that you fancy across the road through the glass and going.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Oh no.
No, you look out my windows. I won't fancy any of my neighbours.
I just hope they're not listening.
Oh yeah, we've got very thin walls in this house as well.
Well, do you know what, Kevin? You've done what you said. You've done what you did on the tin. You've lowered the conversation nicely.
Well, that's what I'm here for, Richard.
Fantastic.
All right, I'll get off because you've got videos to show.
I know. I better get through them tonight because there'll be trouble otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Dear,
all right, sir.
All right, take care. Take care.
Cheers, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.
The lovely Kevin Hall, still single and available, ladies and gentlemen. Available in a paper bag. Now, I don't know what I mean by that. Let's have a little bit of ecotherapy, shall we? Do you fancy a bit of ecotherapy? Mike Dixon provided us yesterday with some ecotherapy, and by George, we didn't get round to doing it. So I'm going to see, let's just get rid of the phone line thing and get back into there. Take that one off. And we're going to have a little bit of ecotherapy with Mike Dixon. There we go, the lovely Mike Dixon. A bit of ecotherapy, a bit of relaxing, good for the old mind, good for the mental stability, and all the pheromones. Is it not the pheromones? The ecodorial translation coming through. I don't know, the whatever it is, the Europlastic stuff that he's often waffling on about. Anyway, that. So thank you very much for that. We've got all sorts of things here. Robert Brailsford says, where's Robert Brailsford tonight? Never mind where Robert Brailsford. Where is Jeff Kellison? That's what we want to know. He is driving about. The last time we heard from him, he was driving backwards and forwards between two places which are about a couple of 100 miles from each other, delivering chemicals for the farmers. So I want to know where you are tonight, Jeff, if you're watching. Andrew Murphy said, instead of Richard and Judy, it should be the Richard and Kevin show. That's very true. Anyone tried cutting their hair, says David Hawkins. Do you know, I do that quite a lot. I have a Bic razor, one of these cheap plastic Bic razors, bit of soap, just ordinary soap. I don't go in for the shaving foam, me. I just lather myself up with a bit of ordinary household soap, scrape, done. Piece of cake. There's nothing grows up here anyway, but I do get a bit of a shadow round here. Shumph. I would recommend it in this lockdown for anybody. Please don't wear glasses and go out making videos and impersonate yourself being me, however. That's okay. Peter May says, if you're looking to hook people up, Richard, he says, I'm looking for an older woman seeking a male of 34 from Broadwater. So there we are. See if your luck's in tonight. Excuse me. Julia says, where is Lisa this evening? Everyone's saying, where are people? Have we got anybody missing? Barry Stevens says, nice to see the trees. Thank you very much, Barry. How many different shades of green in each scene? How many? How many different shades of green? Somebody said hello to me there. I'm just looking back because I liked it. Chris Venerables, good evening to you, sir. Thank you very much for coming along. Lovely to see you. What else have we got there? Instead of read all that. Oh, that's near enough. Dr. Livingston, I presume, says Robert Baxter. That's the one. Yes. Anyway, so there we go. Claire Leach says, I cut my daughter's fringe. What was that like? Was that scary? Especially cutting young people hair, because they're very fussy, aren't they? I mean, older people can sort of get away with it, I think. Maybe I'm lying there. But youngsters, very, very particular about their hair. How did it go, Claire? Are you going to give us a ring on the number 07, whatever it is? I think now I can't remember it. I've got to go and find it. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can find the number in the show. Oh, I've lost the camera. There's the camera. And there's the phone number. Whew. It's all go on this show, isn't it? 0793 4746 790. I should know that. 0793 4746 790. Give us a call, Claire Leach. Tell us about cutting hair. That would be evening. Dave Baker, good evening to you. How are you, Dave? And have you been out... It's very scary, she says. Have you been out doing Dave's double decks? Are you been keeping everybody amused with your music mix? Peter May says, it's great to see your audience levels are growing now, Richard. It's about bloody time people started to join in to a great show. Thank you very much. Yeah, 91. By the way, if you're enjoying the show... stick your thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. That would be absolutely lovely. I gather tomorrow, by the way, my husband and I are speaking to the Commonwealth. I believe the Queen is going to give her a message, so I think we're going to start at 8:15 tomorrow. Apparently, is that right? The Queen is coming down to Worthing. Who would have guessed? To the studio here, to announce a few words of sympathy for everybody else and say, you're all doing very well. Oh, no, that was old Mr. Grace. We have a phone call. Let's find out who's on the line calling the Vobes this evening. Hello to you.
Hello, it's Chris Venables here. How are you?
Ah, Chris Venables, how are you? Yeah, you've asked me that question. Now I must answer it. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Sorry.
Jolly good. I'm sat here,
yes,
actually, with all the symptoms of the coronavirus.
Oh, my God. Just one second. Hang on a minute. Oh, quick.
I know you want to talk about it. I'm hanging on.
Just a second. Hold on. I've got to take my pills. Disinfectant. Right. Okay, I've sprayed myself down. I've just had a lovely rub down with a bit of bacterial porridge. So what are you... So really? Are you really... You
Yes.
The coronavirus?
Definitely, yes. I've been coughing all day. I've had the headache.
Yes.
And now I've been on the NHS site and they've told me I've got to self-isolate.
Yes.
And also I've now lost my sense of taste and smell. So I've definitely got it.
Oh, right. So now tell
well, I'm not dying at this moment.
Thank
I'm
God.
not feeling too good.
Oh, really? Hang on a minute. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Eric, have we got any in sympathy cards? Could you just get a couple in? Sorry about that.
Yeah, slip a 20 in it, Richard.
Slip something in it because it's got an old shoebox. Is that any good? No, listen. In all seriousness,
I'm listening.
People are obviously worried that they might get it and they get, a tingle somewhere and go, oh, is this it? How did it start? Did you just start 1 second, you're fine, and then the next minute, oh, got it. How did it progress from nothing to where you are?
Right. Well, the past few days, I've noticed I've been coughing quite a bit on and off, and feeling a bit like I got a cold more than anything. Very much cold symptoms. I thought I got a bad cold, to be honest.
Yeah.
And did it?
And at that point, did you start to think, "Oh, is this?" Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Right from the start.
I've been thinking that for the last couple of days, and then I got up this morning, and my chest was solid. And I was coughing and coughing. I've been coughing really bad all day, and then everything else has started to come. I felt I had a terrible headache this morning as well.
Right.
And then now I've lost my sense of smell and taste. So I've been on the 111, and it looks like that's what I've got.
So tell me.
I'm pretty sure I've got that now.
Tell me about the 111. So there you are. You think, right? Okay, I better ring them.
Yes.
Was there?
So you ring them all. It's just an algorithm, basically. You go down the algorithm and they ask you so many questions.
Yeah.
Where do you live? So they obviously want to target the area.
Yes.
Now I live near Mansfield in Nottingham.
Right.
And I know that it's around this area.
Right.
Because the Midlands are just behind London in terms of the time.
Yeah.
And you go through this algorithm and it asks you all the various questions and you answer them. At the end it says, yes, you've got the symptoms of coronavirus. If they get really serious symptoms, such as not being able to breathe, etc., then you need to phone 999.
So are you talking to a human or are you talking to a robot?
No, you're talking to a robot.
Right. Okay. So it's an automated response, and is it quite quick? You get through quite quickly. You're not waiting for hours.
I got through straight away. But they're just asking you a series of questions.
Yes.
But they want to know where you are, obviously, so they can target it. And then if you've got a continuous cough, they virtually guarantee that you've got it.
And when you say see, this is the thing that when they said it's a continuous cough, and I was thinking, what does that really mean? Does it mean that you are literally going?
I could cough easily now if I want to, but I'm not coughing at the moment. But this sort of cough, do you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
So, that type of thing, and I could keep doing that if I didn't sort of control myself.
Right. So, are you?
But I'm quite mild compared to a lot of people. A lot of people are, obviously when it gets worse than that.
Yes.
Then that's when you've got to start burning 999 up. And that's what they tell you to do.
And are you feeling a tickle? Where are you feeling the thing to make you cough?
In your lungs, definitely in the lungs.
Right, in your lungs.
Yeah, earlier this evening, actually, I was continuously coughing for over an hour.
For an over an hour? So did you get any respite at all from the coughing?
Yes, off and on. I was talking to some friends of mine on WhatsApp, actually, and that started me off, and I was coughing with them and then trying to talk to them and coughing, and eventually I had to back up.
Yes.
So I actually feel a little better now than I have done all day, to be honest.
Well, talking to the Vobes, it's like talking to the doctor, and sort of, it's
like talking to Jesus. I think I must be at Lourdes or something like
that. You can arise, Sir Chris.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
It's face.
Well, I thought I just talk to you because obviously you've got viewers there. They're always interested to find out.
Well, this is the thing, because I don't know how many. We hear that people have got it, and you don't. And the questions that are, that always. I like the detailed questions. That's why I'm being very forensic, if you like, on the questions on at what point did you sense? At what point do you feel that you've got something? Because like today I was on my bike and I got off my bike and I was a bit out of breath and I coughed a couple of times. It was in the morning, and it's like, every time you do a little cough or you sneeze or whatever, you say, oh, is this the start of it? And you start panicking. Is this the start of it? Because everyone's got it.
It's a lot more than that. It's once you start coughing, you do cough. You know what I mean? It goes on and on and on.
So you really know
you want to cough.
Yes.
You really want to cough.
Yes, and and how's your breathing?
My breathing's okay. I'm a bit gruffer than I normally am, but I'm okay at the moment. Now I don't know whether these symptoms are going to get worse or not.
No, well, let's hope.
The coming days. I'll let you know if I'm on the last legs.
No, please do. Please do. Have you written your? Have you got?
Excuse me.
That's all right.
Okay.
Have you got dependents?
I've got my wife on the settee, squeezing up against the arm on the other side of the settee.
I bet she is.
as we speak.
So how does she feel? Because now suddenly there's this man. Are you well insured, by the way?
Yeah, I'm well held.
Oh, good. So on the one,
well, I want to say well held, reasonably held.
Yeah. So as long as the insurance companies will cough up. So on the one hand, sorry, I didn't mean.
We'll cough up. I like that.
No, I didn't. For God's sake, don't
That's
laugh.
What I like about you. That's what I like about you, Richard.
Don't laugh, for goodness sake. We'll send him over the edge. Your poor old wife is hovering over 999.
No, we're all good. I'm still watching your videos. They're still making me laugh. I must admit.
Thank God for that.
You know what, before I go, I must mention something that my wife really loved.
Yes.
When you were on the Kennett room with the lovely Julia.
Oh, yes.
And the cat moment. Does anybody else mention that?
No, actually, that's funny because the cat was sitting there.
Mate, honestly, that cat. We've got a little friend coming here. Wow!
Bloody scratched.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was brilliant television. Absolutely brilliant.
Bloody scratched me. It's like, and we were so worried about this sodding cat because we thought it's taken a light to us and we're going to have to go off. And we've got this cat, we can't get it out the boat. And then it went like that.
It was quality, anyway. Absolute quality.
Oh, bless you, Chris. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Well, listen. You must call in again. Keep us up to date because all joking aside, people are absolutely terrified. And,
I know.
Reassurance like this is, because all you hear on the mainstream media is about the real nasty element of it.
I know, and there is some real nasty element, but
Yes.
generally I think most people are getting it like I am.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to phone in, Richard.
Yes.
Really.
And they are surviving.
Just to put people's mind at rest.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's that. I wish the mainstream media would tell us how many people have had it and have got better, and the range of actually it's not as the
symptoms.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've got to be fair and say it can kill some people, but it isn't the Reaper walking round.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, it's just like any other. I would say it's just like most of the flus, from my point of view, from what I'm getting anyway.
Yes.
And in my time, I'm knocking on a bit now. I've had plenty of flus in the past.
And
I just put this as a normal one.
Your overall health generally is okay.
Yeah, sound.
Yeah. So because I know that you are an Olympic athlete, so I think you.
Yeah.
At coughing. Yeah.
Olympic athlete at coughing. Yeah, gold medalist.
Gold medalist. Well, listen, Chris, it's
very good.
It's been, give us a ring in a couple of days. Let us know how you're getting on.
Will do.
Yeah.
Nice to speak to you, Richard.
Take care. All the best.
See you later.
Bye-bye. See
Bye-bye.
you later. Bye-bye. Oh, that's so nice. It's nice to hear somebody's got it, but they're still laughing. And, they're not terrified and just about to sort of slit their wrists and think the end is nigh. And that's so good. Thank you so much, Chris, for ringing in. I think that's really good. And look at the comments that are coming in. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Wow. Andrew Norris is saying, don't believe the mainstream media. Well, I couldn't agree more, really. And this is where tiny little, insignificant shows like this with 94 people watching can make a bit of a difference. It can just reassure people that even though you get it, it may not necessarily mean that you're going out in a box. So, and I try to keep it light, but I try to be real at the same time. We better do another video. I've got a lovely video coming up, so please stay to the end. I have got a lovely video coming. Lovely for me. Hopefully you'll like it too. Richard McGowan. I think it's his time for a fish interlude, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, a fish interlude. Now let me just take myself down into the audio, into the video box. Where are you, Richard McGowan and his fish interlude? Perch. Where else, ladies and gentlemen, where else would you find a show like this that 1 minute talks to a coronavirus victim and in the next breath shows you a murky underneath some pond somewhere full of perch? Or where else would you find that? Where else would you want to find it? Thank you so much, Richard. That was really great. We've got 3 more videos to go into tonight. How are we doing on the time? It's 10 to 9 already. Barry Stevens is going to take us to... Oh, do. That's my phone just giving me a text message. I can't answer the text messages or do anything with them, so sorry about that. And if you do ring and get the engaged tone, I wouldn't bother to leave a message because since having this phone, which is purely for the show, I've not even, it's got no credit on it, so I don't think I can even get the messages. I can just receive the phone calls. So it's a very tightly run show. By the way, if you are enjoying the show, hang on a minute. Let me just come out of here. How do I get back into that bit? There we are. If you are enjoying the show, might as well plug myself a little bit here. You can make a small donation to the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi at PayPal. Go to boldexplorer.com is a great place, or vobes.com will direct you, or you can use the link there, PayPal me, what have you. Get the rerun and you'll see where it comes from. In the meantime, we are taking your phone calls. Let's have a look at the comments there. Mark Donny McLeod, neighbour's cat has joined me and is very interested in the screen for some reason. Oi! Off! That's not Sicular's distance, social distancing. No, it's certainly not. The national media only peddle out doom and gloom stories. That's why the World Health Organization only tell us to watch the news once, which is very good. We're all trying. I mean, the thing about the news is if you listen to the news to see if there's any extra inclination, and we all know really you should probably only listen to the news once a week because this thing isn't going to clear up every hour. But there is that macabre sense of wanting to know, isn't it? Peter May says that was random. It certainly is. This show is full of random. We do random in special gold-plated colours. The Salty Train Spot, I haven't seen you for a while, says, Vobes, can I ring on WhatsApp? I haven't got WhatsApp on the phone here, sorry. It's only just like ordinary numbers. I haven't got WhatsApp on this phone. I do apologise. Mike Stevens says the Wealth Organisation told us that COVID-19 is not transmitted by human contact, so don't believe them either. And Audrey Forbes Hamilton, no, it's much more to the 1,000 gallons and treats all the fish and doesn't harm the plants. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. So there we are. Let's do another video because I want to get through these tonight. And if I could press the right button in the appropriate moment, that would be good. Right, it's time for... Wait a minute, where are you? Richard? Where's Barry? Barry, what have I done? Have I deleted you, Barry? Hang on a minute. Have I taken you off the system, Barry? We didn't watch yours, did we, Barry? Monsieur le Stevens? I was taking... Hang on a minute. Just hold your horses. Have I removed you from the... If I have, just looking here, where are you? Do. Barry! I can't find you now, Barry. That's strange. Where's Barry gone? Barry, did we show that at Greywell? Did we show Greywell? I can't remember now. Did we show Greywell? Barry, if you're out there, let me know. Because I seem to have misplaced it. I may have to download it again. So I can't play that one. I'm so sorry, Barry. It seems to have fallen off the system. That can happen. But maybe we played it yesterday. I can't remember. Claire Leach says 708 deaths today from coronavirus, thank you, in the UK. I don't know what these numbers really mean. Because... Oh, let's not get into it. No, I'm not going to... Ow. Spasm of pain there, ladies and gentlemen. No, not yet. Okay, Barry. I'm sorry about that. I seem to have misplaced it. He says in a very slow voice. I seem to have misplaced it. I will play it tomorrow. I'll try and find it tomorrow. Sorry about that, Barry. I do apologise. I humbly apologise. Humble. How anybody got any humble pie I'll happily eat it. Yeah, sorry about that. Peter May says, Richard, please make time to play in that video of you on that ladder. It will cheer everybody up. Yes, that's true. I'll dig that out. I will have to dig that Kevin's video where we did that. Okay, so instead, let's have a look at Wendy. Wendy Lowry. Wendy Lowry. Hang on a minute. We're going to go back into the Wendy. Where are you? Oh, there, Wendy. I've got Wendy. At least I've got Wendy. Wendy's taking us for a nice woodland walk.
Hello, Richard. Hello, everyone. I've just come out for my permitted period of exercise today, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. I'm back at St Mary's Church in Old Swinford, where I was last week in the video that was shown. So there's the churchyard, but I'm going today to walk just up this path that's at the side of the churchyard. But I thought I won't go up the actual path. Let's go just through here, through the trees.
Hello everyone, Barry Stevens
here.
I'd just like to do a little short video about my local
holly.
church.
And I don't know what a lot of these plants are called, but
hello everyone.
I do know the holly. There seems to be plenty of it. You can hear the pigeons cooing. I think it's the mating season, so they're probably very busy at the moment. They've certainly been collecting things for the nests, as have all the birds. I've been watching them from my window, collecting branches and bits and pieces for their nests. So this is a lovely walk through here. It doesn't go on for too long. I don't know if you can hear the crunching underfoot of all these leaves. But it's nice and dry now because we haven't had any rain for quite a while. There's a poor old tree. Doesn't look too healthy. It's got the bark stripped off it. The sun is in and out today. It's very cloudy all morning, and then the sun came out. And just as I started to film, it went back in again. So it's a lovely little walk. It's pretty quiet. I can hear some children in the distance, but if we listen, we can hear the birds. I hope you can hear them. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing this little snapshot of this little walk near where I'm lucky enough to live by. So we'll end it there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. That was the lovely Wendy Lowry's video with the ghost of Barry Stevens. He was hiding round the corner when you filmed that. I do apologise. I was looking to see if Barry's video was somewhere, and of course I didn't realise that when I play it on this desk whilst that's playing out, the sound is routed through the desk and goes out to you. I didn't mean to. Sorry about that. So anyway, there we are. So that sorted out that little problem. He wasn't a ghost in the thing. It was me mucking about, ladies and gentlemen. Mucking about I was. And how naughty of me to do that. Very, very naughty. Right, let's come out of there. We've got the show there and press that. There we go. We're ready to take another call if you want to call in before I play in our last video of the day. Which is a lovely video. Thank you very much to Wesley Morgan and Daisy, who've sent the next video in. Thank you very much, Wendy. Lovely to see a nice woodland walk and all those things. That holly, by the way, I was looking at the holly, obviously a sign that that's quite an ancient bit of ground with all that holly. And I was trying to work out, were they plantains, those the big leaf plantations, I don't know what they're called. They're called something. Yes, anyway, so lovely. Everyone's saying that's how lovely that is. Thanks, Wendy. Well done, Wendy. Very nice. Thank you for sending that. Do keep sending your videos in. If you'd like to send a video in, very easy to do. You film it on your phone or camera or whatever you like to do. Try and keep it under 2 minutes maximum if possible, and send it to me via wetransfer.com and my email address richard@vobes.com. You'll see the instructions in the destruction box underneath the picture. Kevin Hall says Vobes need to be punished, so give us 20 please. Oh, he can take a doggy back. I'm not quite sure what he's saying. Let's see who's that ringing into the studio again. Hello, mystery caller.
Oh, blimey, it's Ed Loud here.
Ed Loud, God blimey, mate.
Hello, Richard.
How are you? This is the first time I've spoken to you since we've seen your visage on the screen.
Oh, I'm doing good today. I'm enjoying the show as usual. Thank you.
Oh, Marv. And are you in your snazzy jacket as you watch the show?
No, I'm sitting here in a scruffy old T-shirt with crisp crumbs on it.
So hang on a minute. Now let's have a little guess to see what kind of crisps you like, what your favourite crisps are. I'm thinking probably cheese and onion man.
No.
Salt and vinegar?
No, way off.
Oh, chili flavoured chips?
Oh, I do like chili. Yeah, I do like chili. Yeah.
Not hedgehog, surely.
No. To be honest, I don't really like crisps. But my brother had some sitting around, so I pinched a few.
Oh, I see. I thought that you just meant your brother chucked the crumbs at you.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, go on. You've got to tell us now what flavoured crisps they were.
They were Quavers.
Oh, right, Quavers. What flavour do Quavers come in? They're prawn, is it?
Some sort of funny, cheesy flavour. I don't really know what they were.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how is...
Cheesy like my jokes.
Lovely. It was nice to hear from you anyway. So tell me, what's it like up in Greenwich at the moment? Have you had hordes out on the common? Or
No. Everyone's kind of heeding the advice going out for shopping. I've been filming a few videos, so you'll probably see one in a day or two, and there's not many people about really.
Fantastic.
It's lovely for filming, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I've never been busier making 2 videos a day. For one thing, but also, when I go out filming, I do try to pick times and things ordinarily before the coronavirus, when there's not so many people about, so you can see the architecture and I don't feel a complete prune. And now it doesn't matter when you go out, because I still feel a complete prune, but nobody can see it.
Well, it's. I tend to stick to the quiet spaces, but I have to go through town centres and things to get to some of the spaces I've been filming. And one of my local places, Woodland. There's 50 people in a busy high street, and normally there'd be 500.
Yes, yeah.
People are definitely listening, and I suppose that's a really good thing, But yeah, I've been making myself busy and filming videos, and believe me, it takes a long time on my setup. It takes me about 12 hours to edit 3 minutes footage because the computer keeps crashing.
This is the trouble with computers and video footage. It can you get through a bit, and if you haven't saved it, language that comes out of my windows if I've got to a certain point and stupidly not saved it, and suddenly the neighbours are sort of putting cotton wool in their ears and going, oh, he's bloody editing again, isn't he? Oh, for goodness sake!
I have been a bit naughty, I'm afraid. One of the videos was about 3 minutes long, but it was filmed before you said to shorten the videos.
No, that's all right. Don't worry.
I will make the next few shorter.
It's like with the government telling everybody to stay indoors. They're trying to, if they give everybody the same message, that most people will obey by it, but few people will, flaunt it a bit. So if I say 2 minutes max and you send in 3, that's fine. If I say 3 minutes, you send in 4, you're going to be having a spanked bottom. Obviously not by me, because I won't be able to do it personally, but you'll have to get your brother to do it.
Oh, joy.
I don't mind. So much depends on the content, doesn't it? Because what you don't want someone to do is to send 10 minutes of, I don't know, a bloke on a bike riding around the town.
Well, it depends on the town. Maybe if there's lots to talk about, but I try not to have too much empty space. I try to keep talking and keep my ugly mugging shot and say something useful. I'm not really one for filming nature and stuff. I haven't got the good lenses you need for filming birds and all that sort of stuff. So I just talk about what I see and all the walks I've had with Grandad, and
yes,
make a few videos out of them.
Absolutely, yeah. No, why not?
My brother's been helping as well. My brother's held the camera for a few pieces to camera. Well, I say camera, it's a dodgy old smartphone, but
it does the job, though. It does the job, doesn't it?
It does the job. Yeah, it does the job. And, with a little bit of, what do they call it? Correcting the shaky hands and everything.
Yes, but stabilisation.
Well, I didn't have any of that, so I just changed my brother to the nearest lamppost and made him stop shaking.
Oh, that's a good idea. You could strap him to a police car, and on the roof he could just follow you around. No one will get in your way.
Well, yeah, I just told him to hold that camera or I won't cook your supper.
There you go. So tell me, now you're locked up with your brother, although I do hear in the news they are going to let you prisoners out soon. But have you started to have tiffs and disagreements and arguments being in close proximity?
Thankfully not.
Oh, that's good.
It wouldn't surprise me, but we're like two hermits. He'll do his thing in his room, and I'll do my thing in my room, and then we get together about 7:45 and come and watch the Vobes show when it kicks off.
Oh, that's it. Well, I'm waiting for something to kick off in today's show, but we've had some fantastic calls, and you've been one of them.
Thank you, Richard. Well, I better let you get on with the show and keep up the good work, because I know you're helping a lot of people with all your content.
Well, doing our best, really. I just think giving people an anchor, somebody to throw the squashed tomatoes at.
Have a lovely night, Richard.
I
Take
will.
care.
You look after yourself and say hello to your brother.
Will do. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There we are. That was Ed Loud, and lovely to hear from him up there in Greenwich, making videos and supplying the Vobes with some content, which is what it's all about. How are we doing on there? We've got people talking about cheese balls. That's nice. If you've got your balls tasting like cheese, maybe you need to ring 111. That might not be the sign of the coronavirus. I can eat a bag of cheesy quavers this evening with a glass of wine, just what the doctor ordered, says Mike Dixon. That sounds good. Who's your doctor? Nick Riviera, says Mark Donny McLeod. And Paul Smith says he's had some frazzles. Do you know, I've not had crisps. I stopped eating crisps quite a few years ago. It's a very, very rare treat with me. And because I noticed, I watched something where somebody set light to a crisp and all this oil oozed out. And they said that's why you get a thick layer of fluff around you. Not fluff, fat. Be honest, fat. Because people eat too many crisps. Now, that's not me saying anything you shouldn't eat crisps, of course, because they're nice in moderation. Anything's good in moderation. But it just, saying that, it's like, oh, now I quite fancy having a bag of crisps as a special treat. But Morrison's has closed, so that's me done. So next time I go shopping, I might have to buy myself a bag of crisps. Frazzles. Says Leslie Clouch. That's hungry. Yeah, we're all getting hungry now. Nobody's mentioned Pringles. I'm not. I like Pringles. I like the taste of the artificial flavouring. I'm just concerned what they are made up of. At least with crisps, proper crisps, they're potatoes that have been deeply fried in some awful oil. But Pringles, I never really know what is it that they've compressed together into that shape that then tastes really nice. I'm always wary of something that tastes really nice that has... What is it? What is it that's in a Pringle? Really? What is it? Mark Donny McLeod says, me and my brothers, or is it my brothers and I, are always kicking off. No virus was required. Ah, that's good. Kevin says people are not listening in many parts of the country. They need to say lockdown totally. Then there'll be thanks to the Burks that doesn't know what the word instruction means. Yes, that's true. Well, there are people who are thick, basically. And I'm one of them. So I didn't know what it was. I went out on my bicycle. Philip Hammond says, wife's just had toast with ginger preserve. I've got chili and ginger chutney, I think, which is quite nice on cheese, on a cracker. I just need to get some crackers. Mike Dixon says quavers are only 3.5 sins on the smiling world, on the slimming world. Thank you. Oh, well, fair enough. Leslie, I mean, that's not, I wasn't, I'm not criticizing what other people always take me wrong. They always say, oh, Richard, you're having a go at me. You're having a go. You're saying it. I'm not having a go. Just saying my mind. I read that. Leslie says, wasn't criticising your spoiling pool. My phone did a silly autocorrect thing. I was correct. Oh, right. Okay. Now I do like Twiglets. I haven't had Twiglets for ages. I love Twiglets. They're nice because they taste of Marmite, don't they? Barry Stevens, there's a conspiracy. They sometimes coat them in cause cancer. What, Twiglets? You can't be true. Ed Loud says, I like sticking 2 Pringles in my gob. Oh, you're talking about Pringles. Facing the opposite ways and doing an impression of a duck. Yes, I wrote that in public. Oh, who's done that? I bet everyone's done that. Paul Smith says, now just managed to delete my previous comment in error. Dean Cooper, prawns are a good bait for plaice if you are out on a boat fishing at sea. So I remember that. The next time I happen to be out on a boat fishing at sea, I'll wish that I've got some prawns. And Les Jarvis says, can't get nibbles anymore. I was told, somebody told me, I can't remember, I think it was the lovely Julia, said the police, I think this must be an urban myth, the police somewhere were looking in people's bags to see if they were buying Easter eggs because it's deemed as not an essential trip or a not essential food. Claire Leach says, I've got some Market Del Pitta chips, roasted garlic and Mediterranean herbs with a glass of wine or two. Blimey, how the other half live. I have got a glass of water and probably some dry old bread that I'll put a slab of butter on to brighten up. I tell you what, it's time now, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, got this in today. Very touched, very lovely, very kind of you. This was from Wesley Morgan and Daisy. They put this together today, and I want to play it in to you, and you'll see why in a moment. So, back to the Vobes viewers' videos, and let's find out, where are you? Here we go. Have a listen to this. Let's find out, where are you? Here we go. Have a listen to this. I feel a connection to this land. I love a story that's from bones on top of which I lie. Loved by memories of love seen fingers like the stores of this from. Let's find out, where are you? Here we go. Marked by memories of the sea. I ride my bicycle to town, freaked by an image of the dance. Soon I will return and walk again. I feel a connection to this land. I love stories from Woodland, marked by memories of the sea. Stories from Woodland, marked by memories of the sea. Stories I have to say, I'm sorry, I may have ruined the beginning or the middle of that song, and I really didn't mean to. When it plays out here, I cannot hear it. I cannot hear the things that play out. And I just wanted to check that the volume wasn't too loud, and I just wanted to hear a bit of it. Now, I can monitor the output of the show. The only way I can hear things is after it's gone out. And I forgot there is a loop back that if I play the monitoring out, it goes back into the desk. And I need to clear that so that I can do this, so that I can play things out, but I can still do other stuff in between, which I sometimes need to do without interfering with the feed going out. So I need to look at that. So I do apologise. I will, we'll finish the show in about 15 minutes. And at the end, I'm going to play that again, unadulterated. And I will not touch it before we go. It's very kind of you. You obviously put that together today because you used all the footage from or some of the footage from today's video. So that's amazing. So thank you very much. I'm so sorry I was fiddling with that. And yes, you will have to post that to the group. Wesley Morgan, post that to the Vobes group, the Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind. I think people will appreciate that. And I did. We'll take the last of the calls, the last call before we go. If somebody cares to... Hang on, let's get out of this. Come back into the show. Bung up that. Yeah, sorry about that. I feel awful. You've gone to all that time and trouble, and I've just completely ruined it. It's very good. And it's very hopeful, and it's lovely. Julia says, who made it? That was Wesley Morgan and his girlfriend or wife, Daisy, and they sent that in. I don't know if you're watching, Wesley. If you are, do say hi or give us a call. Give us a call on 0793 4746 790. Maybe you're watching after the event, but thank you so much. Really, really chuffed. So that's that. One more call, if anybody would care to ring before we go to make the show complete, would be absolutely fantastic. And who is on the line? Somebody has done that very thing. Hello to you. Hello?
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Hello. Who's that?
The other Northern correspondent.
Ah, Mark Donny McLeod.
How you doing, pal? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Up there. No. How are you doing? So you've now recovered from your cold completely?
I have. And I'm back to my old stupid self.
Fantastic. We do love your old stupid self.
Oh, that's great.
So tell me, just before we go on, you watched that song that just came out. When I played that thing, did it interfere with it too much?
Oh no, it's not that bad.
Oh, good.
It was just a little bit. You know, actually, I thought it was part of it.
Oh right, yeah. Well, if no one had seen it,
I didn't realise until when I heard the second bit of the. I was like, oh yeah, you just said that. I know what he's done. He's got the two mixers on the knobs on the mixer up together.
I never mix.
It's all right. We can all do these things.
Yeah, I'm often putting my foot in it. So everything. So what is it like up north? For where are you roughly again?
I'm Pendle.
Oh yes, Pendle, with the Pendle Witches.
Yeah.
It's very.
So actually, this is called Blacko.
Is it? Are you near?
If I look out my window, and I look through the front window, and I look straight across, I can see Pendle Hill.
Can you? So you're quite close to the location that they filmed "Whistle Down the Wind." in Lancashire?
I'm not quite sure. Possibly, yeah.
Some farm. I forget the name of it. The location. Do you know the film I mean?
Yeah, I know the film you mean. Oh, it's ages ago, isn't it?
Hayley
Mills, isn't
Mills.
it?
Hayley Mills.
Hayley Mills. Yeah,
Bernard Lee and.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Bates,
it's a terrific film. He's not Jesus. He's just a fella.
Yeah.
Lovely, beautiful film. And I've always wanted to go round the locations where that was filmed, and I know it was in the lee of Pendle Hill. Have you climbed up Pendle Hill before?
Oh yeah. I've actually camped up there.
Have you?
Overnight a couple of times, yeah. Even in a snowstorm.
Oh, that's right. If you're going to go for extremes.
I woke up in the morning and like the fly thing that goes on the outside and said had gone.
Had it?
It was gone. Yeah, it was completely gone. There was some other stuff that had gone, but we found it further down the hill. So we packed up our stuff and went down the hill. Thankfully, we were in bivvy bags inside of a tent, so no problem.
Oh, right, in bivvy bags.
Yeah, it's like a big sleeping bag that's waterproof.
Oh, perfect.
But then you put another sleeping bag inside that, which you actually sleep in.
Sounds like a boil in the bag affair.
Yeah, well, it can be, yeah.
It keeps you warm.
Yeah. Down to it says on the. I was doing a video for my channel, saying about what stuff I take, and I was looking at the stuff, and it says that the one thing I have, the bivvy bag thing, goes down to -10, and the sleeping bag goes down to -18. What? Not that I'm ever going to go out and weather that alone.
Sorry, I'm slightly confused there. So when you say it goes down to these minus temperatures, it's not got a thermostat that you can sort of take it right down. So effectively, you're going to create you can freeze yourself. Cryogenics. Is that what happens?
What they're actually saying is, if you are in that weather of those temperatures, you're not going to freeze to death.
Oh, right. So it maintains your temperature inside the bag, even though it's... I've got you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your channel. Tell me about your channel.
Well, it started out, I was helping out somebody who, in Burnley.
Burnley.
All
right.
And he runs a club for, it was mostly for people who've been through addictions, and people who were on the dole had nothing to do. And I was teaching people how to play a bit of drums and guitar and all this kind of stuff.
Do you do that then?
And I started out I used to, yeah. I packed it in now. I still play music, but I don't teach. So I was doing a bit of that stuff. And while I was doing all that, somebody said to me, well, this is really good, but it's only people here that can learn that. Why don't you get a YouTube channel and do it on there? So I was able to use Shift Studios, where I was based, to do that. And so, I was happy to, it's a proper studio there.
Yeah.
And so I was able to use the studio there to start that off. And things have moved along now, and I've kind of got away from the music side, and now it's all about being out, cycle touring and getting out in the countryside.
Fantastic.
And things like that, and I really love where I live. Which is one of the reasons I moved here. I think it's absolutely gorgeous to walk out your house.
Yes.
Have a 7 to 10 minute walk, and yet deep in the, in the countryside. In the other direction, 20-minute cycle ride. I'm in the Dales.
Wow. So you're in Lancashire, are you?
Yeah, I'm on the border.
On the border.
So if I go on the border, if I go 2 miles up the road, actually less than that, I think it's about 1.5 miles up the road, I'm in West Yorkshire.
Right. Wow.
And if I go in the other direction,
yeah,
in about like 10 miles, I'm then in North Yorkshire.
Gosh. Okay. How far are you from the west? How far are you from the West Ridings?
About 10, 15 months. Oh no, maybe a bit longer than that.
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
There's a big hill behind me.
Yeah.
If I go the other side of that big hill, I will end up in Haworth.
Haworth. Haworth about that.
Yeah. How about that?
And so tomorrow morning.
Yes.
9:30. I shall be carrying on my reading of J.B. Priestley's English Journey, and it goes to the West Riding.
Oh, does it now?
Just round the corner from you.
Yeah.
Thought I'd just mention that. Just a little, little
it's
thing.
Lovely. You think all you got to think of is rolling hills.
Yes.
With stone walls.
Yes.
The dry stone
dry
walls.
Stone wall. And I've been up that area, and I'm definitely going to come up once we've cleared from this. I'm going to come up, shake your hand, and get you to take me to some places.
That would be a pleasure, sir.
That would be so much fun. It's just that we've got to get through all of this. But now, my ex-lady friend that I used to know some time ago, her father lives in Lancashire, not far from the Pendle Hills. And the only thing I ever hear is it's constantly raining. Is that a myth?
Well, no. there's an old saying: if there's a cloud on Pendle, it's raining.
Right.
If there's not a cloud on Pendle, then it means it's about to rain.
Oh,
or
wonderful.
snow. We get quite a bit of snow.
Yes, I bet.
We're up on the. You see, because the Pennines cuts the country in half.
Yes, of course.
So what happens is, when they're coming in from the west,
yes.
From Blackpool and places like that.
Yeah.
And it comes across before it gets over to Yorkshire. It just dumps
everything on your side of the Pennines.
Yeah, and both.
Yeah.
On both sides, it just hits the Pennines and everything comes down. But when it is nice and warm here, it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't mind the rain, me. I'm used to it. I love it. But and I don't mind the cold. I don't mind that. It's just getting out in a beautiful countryside, and it's raw and it's wild. And if you were like sitting down reading, what's the other one? Heathcliff and all that.
Oh yeah.
What's that one?
Is that the Brontes?
No, it could be.
Claire Leach is saying the Bronte sisters down there.
Yeah, well, where the Bronte sisters are, that's Haworth.
Oh, that's Haworth.
So, yeah, that's Haworth. So where the Bronte sisters came from, that's Haworth in that area.
Right.
And there is actually a house, I think, in Lancashire.
There's a house in Lancashire?
In Preston area.
Right.
And I think that belonged to one of the relatives of the Brontes, who was up there.
Stay up there.
And it was a writer or something. Anyway.
Oh right, fantastic.
But there's, if people are coming up here,
yeah.
There's plenty to see. There's all that area as well. There's like Hebden Bridge, which is like it's a very bohemian town.
Yes.
Arty types and all that sort of business.
Yeah, like a bit of art.
Toblerone. And it's very it's like left wing of left wing.
Are you working for the tourist board as well as part time?
No, I'm not. No. I'm just very enthusiastic. Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. There we are. Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now listen. I am going to come up. It's an area that sounds absolutely fascinating, and clearly I'm going to need a guide.
Get the clubs, love.
and you sound just the sort of person who would be able to take me around and show me a thing or two.
Well, I can do that, sir. I can do that, yes.
That would be great.
A privilege.
Well, listen, we're fast heading to 5:30, so I better let you go, unfortunately. Yep. But thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Richard. Thanks. Great work for your videos. And it's been great seeing what's going on tonight. And that's been fantastic. What a great night.
Yeah, every night this week has been really special. We've had different people ringing, and it's been really good. See if we can keep it up tomorrow. Take care, sir.
I shall see thee on box, lad.
Aye, lad. Bye-bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There we are. It's the lovely Mark Donny MacLeod up there in Lancashire, in Pendle country with the witches. And I will go up there and we will do all those things. Now, somebody just said, where's the hula hoop video? Andy Stacey, I think, said that. And you're quite right. You reminded me that Dawn and John have sent me hula hoop videos to play in, but they could only send them via Facebook. So they're on Facebook, and I haven't managed to work out how to download them from Facebook. So I need to see if I can do that, and then I will play them in tomorrow. I will make a note to do that. I should do that note right now. Hula hoop video. So we've got something to look forward to tomorrow. Do send your videos into richard@vobes.com via WeTransfer, information in the description. But that's more or less it for today's show. Thank you very much. Mr. Big says, Wesley is a close friend of mine. He's not on Facebook, but he said it's fine for Richard to upload the video to Facebook. I will upload it, sir, so that people can put it in the group. That's very kind. Thank you so much. Seeing as he's used my footage anyway, so... But that's fantastic, Mr. Biggs. And I'm going to end on that without me fiddling into it. So I'll say goodbye. Hang on, let me just line it up so that we're all ready to go. I think that we're lined up there. Oh, hang on, I've got to take off that there. So complicated, this system. It's not complicated. I've just set it up. I've set it up in a more complicated way than Nestle. Nestle? I don't know who Nestle is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Another great... thanks to Chris for ringing up and telling us about coronavirus. That's absolutely... And do keep in touch. Do tell us more about that. Tomorrow we will have David and John and Dawn hula hooping. Hopefully, if I can work out how to download the videos from Facebook. Thanks to all the calls. Thanks to all the lovely videos. Keep them coming. This is the only way we can keep ourselves sane and together. And I hope tomorrow that you have a fantastic day. I've got 2 videos. We've got a lovely video. I've got 2 good videos tomorrow. After that, who knows? And hopefully my back will get a bit better. Look after yourself. We're going to sign off with this wonderful video from Wesley Morgan and Daisy. Bye for now.
I saw a seagull flying by. On top of which I lie, fingers running through the softest sand. I feel a connection to this land. I love stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea. Stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea. I ride my bicycle to town, freaked by an image of the downs. Soon I will return and walk again. I feel a connection to this land. I love stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea. Stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea. Stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea. Stories from Woodland. Marked by memories of the sea.